Alright, let's see if we're up. Alright, yep, we are live. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hurricane HQ. And, right now I am going to be giving a quick, severe weather briefing here for tomorrow's potential, severe weather / tornado outbreak. And, currently, we do have an enhanced risk for severe thunderstorms issued in this indicated area in orange here. This is an enhanced risk, which means numerous severe thunderstorms are expected in that area, or possible / likely in that region as we go into tomorrow. And then we also have a slight risk surrounding that area as well, where we have the chance for scattered severe thunderstorms. And then we also have the chance for some isolated severe thunderstorms in this marginal risk area here, in that darker green indicated area there. Now as we take a look at our tornado threat here, you can see we do have a slightly elevated risk here for tornadoes. You can see we do have that 10% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point within this yellow region here. And we also have a significant risk for tornadoes, and that significant / hatched area there. Basically, that means that we have the chance to see tornadoes possibly over EF2 strength, so EF2 to EF5 potential in that area. Now, obviously, I don't think we're going to be seeing any EF5s with this event, or even EF4s at that. But you never know with these types of events. So definitely want to watch this quite closely. Forecast's not looking too good, and it's only day 2. We'll have to see what the Storm Prediction Center does come out with tomorrow. Now, continuing with this, we have a 5% for that area surrounding that 10% there, and then we also have that 2% risk surrounding that, which we're likely not going to be seeing any tornadoes in the area, but again, there could be some rotating storms, possibly an isolated tornado in that area, although it's quite unlikely. The main tornado risk is in that 5 and 10% area, with that chance for significant tornadoes being in that 10% significant region area. The Joshua Empire, hello there, welcome to the stream. Now let's take a look at our wind probabilities. Now, with this setup, it does look like wind probabilities are not as high as tornado and hail probabilities. You can see only a 15% chance for damaging winds. Whoops, sorry about that. So only a 15% chance here within 25 miles of any given point. We have the chance for damaging winds over 60 miles per hour. So not the highest chances, definitely not as high as hail and tornado. But again, it is still a chance for those damaging winds, and it is still a threat. Now, our final thing to take a look at is our hail probabilities here. You can see we do have a 30% risk right here. So 30% risk for damaging hail within 25 miles of any point in that area. And then we also have a significant risk for all of the 30% area, and a big chunk of this 15% region as well, especially that western part of it. So it looks like earlier in the setup is going to be the main hail threat, and the hail threat will gradually decrease as it moves out of that 30% area and out of the significant. Not a severe wind day. Yeah, it doesn't look like a severe wind day at all. Again, there is definitely potential, like for damaging winds. 15% is still a chance, but yeah, definitely a hail day. Yeah, definitely 30% sig, so possibly even some significant hail in those areas. And if we take a look at our flooding risk here, it does look quite low to none. It looks like that excessive rainfall risk really does fire up in these areas, and this is probably not even associated with severe thunderstorms. So yeah, definitely not the highest excessive rainfall threat. These storms are going to be relatively fast moving, So it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing a lot of rainfall accumulations from these storms. So I'd say not exactly a flash flood risk day, at least in those regions affected by the severe weather. There is the chance for some flash flooding though here in the Dakotas, slight risk there. So at least a 15 to 40% chance there for a flash flood within 25 miles of any given point there. So there is also a risk there for some of that flash flooding, but overall the risk doesn't look too high. And real quick, I do want to quickly take a look at the current watches and warnings across the United States here. So if we take a look here in the central/western southwest United States, huge area of red flag warnings for these areas here. So definitely some fire weather potential down there. We have high wind warnings issued for this area here, so damaging winds possible there. Wind advisories issued in portions of California and also Nevada. And then we also have some potential for flooding here in Minnesota and North Dakota, so also potential for flooding there, and some winter precipitation here in Montana and Idaho there. And also, if we take a look at the northeastern United States here, we do have the potential for some light snow accumulations in northern Maine. Well, in addition to what has already fallen, we also have some freeze warnings issued for some of these areas, and also some red flag warnings for some of these areas, which I'm actually included in one of those. If I actually click here, there is freeze warnings, and I'm also in a red flag warning. So, yeah, I'm sure nothing's really going to happen, but again, there is the elevated risk for wildfire spread. So if something did happen, then that wildfire could spread faster. Now, as we take a look at the current weather models, if I take a look at the NAM model, we can actually take a look at how this setup will unfold. And if we take a look at two regions here, so currently it is on the model 2 p.m. today. So we go into the overnight hours tonight into early morning tomorrow. We do have some rain moving through those areas. And then eventually in the afternoon, you can see we do have some thunderstorms beginning to fire up. You can see even some thunderstorms as early as 4 to 5 p.m. forming in these regions over here. So thunderstorms over here would be the first area that it forms. And then eventually they will strengthen as you go into 8 p.m. Storms become slightly more intense/widespread. And then as we go into the overnight hours, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 12 a.m., a line of storms does form. And that is when our, I believe that is actually going to be the peak of our wind threat when that line does form. Typically with these linear type of setups, the wind threat is higher, so likely at the time when it does form a line is when the wind threat will be its max, even though it's not high. I think that wind threat will be maxed out during the time of that line. It looks like the main risk for tornadoes and everything, hail, is going to be in between Oklahoma there. So it does look like before the line does form, and when the line has formed, there's going to be tornado potential. So anytime from like 9 p.m. to 1 to 2 a.m. we do have tornado potential with this. So this is definitely a nighttime type of setup here. And eventually that one will die as it does move southeast. So it'll likely die by sunrise, at least the line. And then eventually it could actually strengthen on Saturday. And portions of like Indiana and those areas, we could be seeing some isolated severe weather as well. So it's not exactly over, but the main threat will pass through tomorrow. Now I should take a look at some more interesting maps here. Surface Cape, you can see pretty high levels. You can actually see the higher the levels, the more instability there is in the atmosphere. So right here, you can see these purple regions. This is where we have a lot of instability, and that's right in front of the line. So this instability will actually be fueling this line. Tomorrow, I'll be radar chasing 100%. Yeah, same. That's an interesting way to say it, radar chasing. But yeah, it does look like we will have a lot of instability in some of those areas. Wow, almost 5,000. Oh, almost 6,000 joules per kilogram at one point. So yeah, lots of instability will be able to fuel these storms. And if you actually see where this instability is, draw a little circle here. It's in the same exact region as the enhanced risk is. So we do have a lot of instability. Yeah, 4,000 plus. So we do have a lot of instability in those same areas as the enhanced risk. So lots of severe potential, lots of damaging hail potential, tornado potential, and yeah, an enhanced risk. And if we take a look at the tornado parameter here, it does look like the tornado. Yeah, it does show pretty high numbers. Just I don't see that winding up with the line as much. We'll just move on to shear. So if we take a look at our shear right here, lots of wind shear, which can definitely help with getting some of those rotating storms rotating. So yeah, lots of wind shear that can definitely that definitely means a tornado threat with this. So yeah, lots of wind shear will definitely be another thing. And yeah, 10 plus. Oh god, yeah, it is very high. I'm not sure. Not all of it actually lines up with the line though. Like some of it's more south than the main severe weather. But that definitely does show that we do have some tornado potential. And if I do show our helicity tracks, object helicity tracks here, it does show. Generally that we do have some tornado potential, or at least strong updraft potential in these areas here. So yeah, definitely a tornado threat. Now, obviously, I wouldn't use this as exact tracks for where tornadoes could be lining up, but it does look like generally the tornado threat will begin in this area and will move eastward a bit. Supercell composite. I know I kind of skipped over this. It is also pretty high. Over 30. That's pretty high. Actually peaking at like 35 there. So, yeah, definitely a high supercell composite as well. So we do have the potential for a lot of supercells as well as potential for tornadoes with this. K-index does show a lot of thunderstorm activity in those areas. Well, actually, that's pretty numerous. So there's pretty good confidence in some thunderstorms in those areas. At least with the NAM. And if we do take a look at just some general other things like temperature, temperatures in ahead of this line will be quite good. I'm not sure what's going on here with Texas. 77 to 97 in such a short. I'm not sure what's going on there. Looks like some kind of boundary or something there. But yeah, definitely some pretty good temperatures ahead of this line. Even 70, that's pretty good. So temperatures is all good for severe thunderstorms. If you take a look at dew points. Dew points also look quite good. Not ideal, but they are definitely good. Over anything really over 60 or 65 is good enough for severe weather. So definitely we definitely have some severe weather potential with this, just based off the dew points. Dew points are all go for severe weather or thunderstorm formation, everything like that. For water, yeah, and just by looking at precipitable water, there's not a ton of water to be precipitated. So that could be why we don't have a ton of flooding potential. There's not much there's not going to be much rain to fall, generally. But basically, that's what the NAM is showing. I don't think the HRRR did load in yet. With anything. No. Yeah, the HRRR is not loading in yet. For that far out. Let's see how far it does go. Yeah, it doesn't go far enough. So unfortunately, we only have the NAM to work with this, unless we did use lower resolution models. But yeah, I'll just go off the NAM for now, and I may either do a video early tomorrow, or I may go live. Well, I most likely will go live for this tomorrow instead of a video. But yeah, if I do need to, I will do a video tomorrow. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up this live severe weather briefing for tomorrow's potential severe weather event there. Sorry, this has been a little bit disorganized. Didn't have much time to do a video today or anything like that, so I just did a quick live stream here. But yeah, we do have, just to wrap it up, we do have an enhanced risk tomorrow. With some tornado potential, a 10% significant risk for tornadoes. We also have the risk for damaging hail, specifically a 30% significant risk for damaging hail, and damaging winds is a 15%, so not the highest for damaging winds, and the main threat remains tornadoes and large hail. And you can actually kind of tell when there's, when tornadoes and large hail are both high, that does signify that there is going to be strong updrafts with this setup here. So we do have strong updrafts in place, of course, to allow such large hail to form with this. So just that tells me that there's definitely going to be some tornado potential with this, and in addition to everything else that's coming together, there's high levels of wind shear, all that. Definitely some tornado potential. Are they going to upgrade to a moderate? I don't know. Honestly, I don't think they will. There's also not much space in the enhanced for a moderate. But just say they did increase the size of the enhanced somehow. They could possibly squeeze a little one in, but honestly, I don't see the need for it. At least based off what the models are currently showing, I think they should stick with an enhanced, and possibly, if the threat slightly increases above, well, more than slightly, but if it does drastically increase, maybe they might need that slight upgrade. But honestly, moderate risk is unlikely, I'd say. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any further questions after I end this, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below this video, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, sorry that this video was a bit disorganized, and I'm also a bit disorganized right now, honestly. But yeah, thanks for the briefing. Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day. If anyone is watching from the areas that will be affected, definitely stay weather aware tomorrow, and always heed the warnings and take proper precautions if a tornado warning is issued for your area. And as always, have an amazing day.